Hello everyone, my name is Sick and welcome back to the third video in our community project series, where we are basically making a mission together, where you can make suggestions on what we're going to be placing in this open environment. So the idea is we have a single objective, which is right here. It's the main base. That is the only thing that is going to be necessary to complete the mission, but it should be hard as balls to complete on your own. So what we want to do is create side quests or side objectives that will help you weaken the base in some form, right? And I've had several comments and suggestions already, which is really nice, so thank you for that. And one of the things somebody told me was actually a really good idea, because we had this objective over here where we would kill a hacker, and then the AA turrets in Punta Gorgona would join our team instead of the enemies. And I had set it up in such a way that, let's see, where is it? Yeah, that these guys would switch over to our side by joining the player. And that actually means they very quickly show up in the command bar for the player. And after that, like less than a second of time, they will leave again and join a different group. And I had a suggestion to basically not make them join the player, but SL1. And I think that's a great idea. So thank you for that. Alright. Another suggestion was to activate this objective not by killing the hacker, but by actually using a data terminal, because that one could be animated. And I looked it up, it's right here. And I think that is a great idea as well. I'm not entirely sure how to use it quite yet, because I was linked a video with an explanation. It was in Arabic, but I will have a look in a little bit more detail and figure it out. Well, I am going to want to use that, and so for now I'm just going to be placing this data terminal. So yeah, just need a little bit of patience and I'll try to figure this out and get it working in game, and then I can show you maybe on the next video. But we'll make it work. So thank you for that suggestion as well. Another tip that I've received was to use a slightly different code for our sentries. Instead of this set unit pause up, I was told to use an event handler. Now, I am not entirely sure how event handlers work, but I was told this is a working script, so I'm just going to copy and paste it. You can find it in the comments below, but I'll put it in the link of or I'll put it in the description of this video below as well, so you can basically find it too and use it. So this is also basically the same thing, that it sets the unit position to up, but then it also does not allow fleeing, because and yeah, this force speed 0, because these two apparently could still be overruled when a target becomes under fire, and that meant that they could probably still stand or go crouched or prone, I guess. So this should completely make sure that that doesn't happen. So I'm going to put this code for all of my sentries. Thank you. Alright, and finally we had a suggestion for another side mission, which is the rescue of a hostage. So we're going to want to try that as well, and the one thing he was asking for as well was that this objective doesn't show up right away. At the start of the mission it doesn't show up in the task list, but it will be added later on as you play the mission. And so what I had in mind was that we could use this building, the dump basically, to hold the hostage. We could put him in the shed over here. It's quite far away from everything else. And what I wanted to do was basically create a big trigger around this area, and if the player gets inside of this trigger, it will then pop up this new objective. And my idea for the story here was that it is going to be a CSAT spy that was inserted before your team arrived, and your team doesn't even know about it, but since HQ basically watches your progress on the island and they see that you're getting close, they kind of like say, alright, well, you know, it's classified information, we were not supposed to tell you this, but we lost a spy earlier on this island, and since you're so close, you might have a look in rescuing him, right? So that might be the reason for the delayed task. As the result of this objective, though, I had in mind that not only would the spy then join the player's team, so basically you get an extra soldier fighting for you, I also had the idea of making sure that the spy would then give you information about the sentry locations, because at the moment, while we do have an objective to kill all of these sentries, there is no information pointing to their whereabouts other than a basic look at the towers kind of a remark in the task description, which is not a whole lot to go by, and that means that probably many players will never find all of these sentries, unless they watch this video, of course. So yeah, my idea is if you get this task, when you get close, you can then rescue this guy, he will join your team, and then he will tell you about the sentry locations, and then basically all of these markers will be set to visible already, like without the need of actually spotting them, right? So that's going to take a little bit of work, but I suggest we just get started. So what I think we want to do is we're just going to add a civilian, and we're going to have to look for a proper one. So not Asian, like I'm looking for some guy that looks like a CSAT guy, basically. Anyway, I'll try to find a good guy. Alright, so I've made some stuff work. I have here a CSAT rifleman, and I took away all of his weapons, all of his gear, and I put some civilian clothes on him. And then when I open him up, I used this set captive true, so that he is actually a captive and he will not be targeted by the AAF. And then I used the same event handler that I used for the sentries as well, to make sure that he will stay upright, he won't flee, and he can't move, right? So basically what that means right now is that when I play as this civilian over here, you can see he's just standing there. This guy is not doing anything, and well, he is their enemy, but he is a prisoner and he won't be targeted until we make it so that he can be targeted again. Alright, so for now we're just going to move him inside of this building. Of course, we're not going to be putting him in the ground. Later on we can dress all of this stuff up a little bit. We will have a team leader in here as well. Right, and the civilian can go for now. Let's see. We are going to open up a trigger, which is the 500 meter one for now. I guess that is going to have to be a little bit bigger if we want to reach this vicinity and then still be able to trigger this somewhat, you know, that you can kind of expect it to be triggered, you know, because this might not be an area that the player goes to, or like this might already be too late for this objective to be activated. So actually this trigger, we can make it bigger right away. Let's say 450 by 450. That's a little bit better already. Still needs some tweaking, but we'll see. We might also have another objective over here, so I don't want to trigger it over there. Maybe we want, yeah, maybe we want to do that as well. I don't know. We'll see. We'll play around with it a little bit. Anyway, we're going to open this up, and we're going to call this, let's see, prisoner close 1. Right, and then for activation, it's going to be up for present. On activation, HQ, side chat, listen up. We have had a spy in this area. We want you to rescue him. Again, placeholder text. I will change all of this later on and make a proper script with more interesting conversation. But for now, I just want something for the player to be seen. Like when this gets triggered, I want you to see the side chat, basically. Right. And then we're going to add another trigger. Let's see, this was prisoner close 1. So this will be prisoner close 2. Condition will be trigger activated, prisoner close 1. We will wait for about 5 seconds. HQ side chat. We want you to rescue him. Over. Damn it. There we go. Right. Now, we're also going to need the objectives themselves. So we will go to Intel. We will create a task. Right, and let's see. Task idea. Prisoner 1. Variable name. Prisoner 1 will be fine. Title. Rescue the CSAT spy. Right, and then I should probably make this T a capital letter as well. Alright. Description. CSAT withheld information about a spy that got captured earlier. If you rescue him, you might get some good info about enemy locations like spotters or sentries. Right. Now what we want to do is we are going to want to link this task, or actually we should do another thing. We should of course make sure that, let's see, where is it? Presence is true. Yeah, groups of synchronized objects. This should be all playable units. But what we want to do is we want to connect this up to this trigger right here. And that means this trigger or this objective should only show up if the player gets inside the trigger area. And we can test this as well. Right, so we are at the very edge of the trigger area. We can start playing from here. Alright, so let's look at the other tasks. We have take out the main base, we have kill the hacker, find and kill all sentries, and destroy the AAF helicopter. But nothing about the prisoner yet. But once we walk inside of this trigger area, listen up, we had a spy in this area, we want you to rescue him. Now we have the actual objective of rescuing the CSAT spy. We can assign it. And you can see it is 400 meters away from us in that direction. So that's a bit of a delayed start for that objective, and that's exactly what we wanted. Alright, so another thing that we want to do is of course make sure that this guy will actually join our group. And for that we need a bit of a smaller trigger, and this one is already too big as well. We can make it 2 by 2, like so. And then we will have to look inside the building for a second. There we go. This should work. Inside of this trigger area, we will set activation to op4 present. In condition, we will type vehicle player in this list, like so. And that means that it doesn't matter what kind of op4 enters this block. It only matters if the op4 player enters this trigger area. All right. We will call this rescue 1. SL side chat. I'm here to rescue you. Alright, so one thing that we need is we will open up this rifleman. We will give him a variable name, which will be prisoner. Okay. In this trigger, we will then make, let's see, what did we type again? Let's open it up. This set captive true, right. Prisoner set captive false. Right, and then we need to undo some of these other things as well. So if we open him up one more time, we want to take these for sure. I'm not entirely sure about the event handler, because we might want to switch this off as well. Actually, yeah, I think what we want to do here is, first of all, we're going to paste this, and then of course the zeros will become ones. And then we will use this set unit pause auto. Right, that should work. Yeah. And auto basically means that this unit can decide for itself what kind of stance it wants to be in. Right. I think what we also want to do, we don't want to use this guy for chatting, because once he is a part of our group, his name will no longer be able to be used in chat, because his group name, like his like we have our let's see, our HQ, right? He is a single guy who forms a group on his own. But as soon as another guy with another variable name joins his group, then that guy will lose his name and take the name of that group. So what we want to do here is probably create another one of these guys. We can copy HQ, for example. We will call him, let's say, Prisoner 1. And then we will call this guy CSAT Spy for now. But we need a proper name for him as well. I can't think of one right now, so I'm just going to call him CSAT Spy. Value of the attribute variable name is already used. Ah, alright. Oh, true, it's in the trigger. Right. Prisoner A, I guess. That will work. Alright. So, let's fly back to the island. And then we will open up the trigger again. Or actually, no, we will create a new trigger. There we go. Right. A trigger with no radius. This was rescue 1. This will be rescue 2. Condition, trigger activated, rescue 1. On activation, prisoner A, side chat. Thanks guys. I'll join you. You can find AF sentries in these locations. Right. We will also put in a slight delay of 5 seconds. Then I'm going to copy this and I'm going to make rescue 3. This will be rescue 2. And then we want to do several things. First of all is prisoner, or actually no, bracket, prisoner join player. Right. That will make sure that this guy will join our group. We will also need to give him some weapons, which is very important. I will have to look up some weapon codes. Alright, so I found a weapon code. Let's see. This, no, not this. Prisoner. Add weapon. Now we needed this in quotes. And this is a weapon code for a basic rifle belonging to CSAT. Let's see, yeah. Something going on there. Let's see, add weapon. Alright, that should work. And of course we're going to need some ammo as well, which is not a bit of code that I need to copy. Alright, so I found that information as well. So prisoner add magazine, quotation marks. And then I used a tracer magazine, so that if this guy shoots at something, we can actually kind of follow his targets along as well. And then of course this one, we're going to copy and paste several times, because this only adds one magazine, right? So let's copy that a bunch of times so that he has some ammo to work with. Alright. Let's see, is there anything else that we need? This time around, this guy will join us. And, oh yeah, we need to make sure that all the markers become visible. So, let's see, let me remember. Sentry 1. Set marker alpha 1. Alright, and then we will do the same thing for Sentry 2. Sentry 2. Set marker alpha 1. Sentry 3. Set marker alpha 1. Alright, so now this guy joins us. He is able to move again, or he should be. We have him joining our team. We have him providing information about the sentries. And we have a problem. For some reason. Maybe it's the markers. Let's see. That seems to work. Interesting. Alright, maybe let's try it in this one. Maybe we can only use this in an SQF file. If that's true, we'll have to create a custom one and try to run it. But for now, let's try this one more time. Sentry1 set marker alpha 1. That works. Interesting. Alright. Sentry2 set marker alpha 1. And then Sentry3 set marker alpha 1. Ah, wait. Did I miss a quotation mark somewhere maybe? Because that could have led to the problem. Maybe that's it. Right, so all that we need now is, let's see, we need to test this. So we will play from here. Ah, wait. I am of course forgetting that we cannot actually complete this objective yet. So we will go to systems and then we will take set task state. This will be succeeded, of course. We will connect that up to our objective and then to the trigger that we want this to work. Right. So now this trigger, rescue 3, will make this task succeeded. Straight off the bat, this objective should now pop up, and it is. We want you to rescue him, over. Rescue the CSAT spy, let's assign this. And of course, now we need to kill this dude. Ooh. Alright. Let's walk up to this guy. I forgot to use SL1. Right. Thanks guys, I'll join you. He's joining us. He joined my team. He has his weapon. He's reloading. Right. So let's see. Can I move you outside? He doesn't seem to want to move yet. That is an issue. Right, so we might try something else here. Let's see. Ah, wait. We also forgot to use prisoner instead of this. Right. 4 speed 1, set units auto pause. Yeah. Yeah, this might work. This might fix the problem. Little things like this, but it's time consuming. Alright, did we get our objective? Yes, we did. Cool, then we can complete it as well. Right, we should also fix the text not showing up, of course. But this guy's works. Alright, he gets his weapon. And he's able to move again. Excellent. So let's send him outside. 1 kilometer northwest. Interesting. But yeah, it works. Cool. Alright. Another thing that we have to take into account here is the possibility that this guy might be killed. Right? It's very distinct. It's a very distinct possibility. Let's see. Rescue 1. We need, of course, SL1 side chat over here. Let's create another trigger. And we will place this off to the side a little bit. And we will call this prisoner dead. Condition alive prisoner. Alternatively, we could make it so that he can't receive any damage, but of course, what's the fun in that? The player should be able to fuck up, right? And then on activation, we should make sure that some of these triggers are deleted. For example, Rescue 1, Rescue 2, and Rescue 3. They should no longer be possible to trigger. So what we want to do is probably just delete them. I think that should work. So we will do delete vehicle Rescue 1, delete vehicle rescue 2, delete vehicle rescue 3. Now we will say SL1 side chat, fuck, we killed the spy. Right. And then of course we also need a system that says, let's see, a task state, of course, for failure. And we will connect that up to the task and to this thing. Alright, let's test this out as well. Right, listen up, we had a spy in this area, we want you to rescue him. Right. Alright. Task failed, rescue the CSAT spy. Fuck, we killed the spy. Task completed, rescue the CSAT spy. Interesting. But no, it's actually cancelled as well. Like you see the little cross here as well. So that should do it. Also, one thing we should try to see is if the markers actually show up. So let's try this one more time. Let's rescue you. Thanks guys, you can find sentries in these locations. Let's see, sentry, sentry, and sentry. Cool. Then we have our team, they can move over here. Okay, and something else that we should do is, of course, let's see, if I kill this guy now, it will again fail the task. And it say, fuck, we killed the spy. So that's another thing that we should call out for. So in this trigger, once this guy is rescued, we will also say delete vehicle. What did we call it again? Prisoner dead. Right. Right. Oh crap, no, I don't want to publish this. Let's try this one more time. Oh. Alright. Task failed, rescue the CSAT spy? Why? That doesn't make any sense. This guy is alive, right? I guess because this thing got deleted, this thing completed automatically. So this task state should be called prisoner dead 2. And then we should delete that one as well, I guess. Delete vehicle. Prisoner dead 2. Let's test. Alright. Right, now the task is completed correctly. And of course, one thing we should try to test as well is, let's see, if we kill this guy and move into the trigger area, what will happen then? Jesus. Rescue the CSAT spy. Alright. Task completed, rescue the CSAT spy. Ah, yeah, alright. So I know now as well why this is happening. Of course, this trigger is no longer happening, which is good. But then we should make sure that this task state is also deleted. Prisoner rescued. So once this guy is dead in this trigger, we will then say delete vehicle prisoner rescued. Right, so once that guy is dead, this thing will be deleted as well, so that it can no longer activate our objective. Alright, so we have another objective. It is triggered only after we reach a certain area, so it's not visible at the very start of the mission. We can then rescue this guy. He will join our team and fight with us. He will no longer be a prisoner at that point, and he can be killed. He will tell us information about the sentry locations, and if we fuck up and kill him, we will simply fail the task. So, I think that's about everything. I don't think I've missed anything, but if I did, please let me know in the comments below. That's it for this video. So if you have any more ideas for side missions and things like that, or if I made a mistake somewhere, or you think you saw something that I could do better, please let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you guys for the next video.